John had a full-time job, a side hustle that wasn't working, and exactly $0 budgeted for anything new. He was a 28-year-old marketing coordinator from Atlanta, Georgia. Decent salary, decent life, but every Sunday night the same thought crept in. There has to be more than this. He'd been watching the AI content wave building for months. Creators making thousands a month, remote clients, location freedom. He wanted in. What he didn't know yet was that the thing standing between him and that life wasn't talent, it wasn't time, it wasn't even money. It was a decision he kept refusing to make. John jumped in the way most Americans jump into a new hustle, with maximum energy and minimum spend. He found every free AI tool on the internet, Canva free, CapCut free, free AI voiceover generators with robotic voices that sounded like GPS systems having a bad day. He built a whole workflow around tools that technically worked, but barely delivered. His videos looked like they were made in 2019. His AI voiceovers sounded like a text-to-speech terms and conditions reading, and the stock footage he stitched together screamed amateur before the first 5 seconds were over. He posted consistently for 8 weeks, 12 subscribers, 1 comment from his college roommate, and even that comment was just, "Law, keep going, bro." John wasn't just frustrated, he was starting to feel stupid. Here were all these other creators, seemingly regular people, building audiences, landing clients, making real income with AI video, and he was out here looking like he was running the budget version of their operation, because he was. The shift came on a Tuesday evening. John was watching a YouTube video from a creator he'd been following, a guy based in Austin who was posting 3 polished AI videos a week and clearly doing well. He paused the video, leaned forward, and looked closely. The voiceover was clean, not just clear, like a Netflix documentary. The visuals were sharp, consistent, branded. The pacing was tight. Every cut felt intentional. John pulled up his own last video in another tab and watched both at the same time. It wasn't even close. He typed in the comments, "What tools are you actually using for this?" The creator replied within an hour. A short list, 11 Labs, Midjourney, CapCut Pro, 1 or 2 others. He clicked on 11 Labs first, saw the price, closed the tab. He spent the next 2 weeks in a mental loop that a lot of you probably know intimately. Maybe I just need more practice with the free tools. Plenty of people blow up without spending money. What if I pay for all of this and it still doesn't work? I'm already paying for Netflix and Spotify and a gym membership I barely use. I can't justify another subscription. He talked himself out of it 5 different times. And then, one night, sitting in his apartment in Atlanta at 11:30 p.m., eating leftover Chipotle on his counter, he did the math. He'd spent 8 weeks, roughly 4 hours per video, 3 videos a week. That was nearly 100 hours of his life poured into content, and the results were almost nothing. He hadn't paid $80 in software, but he'd paid 100 hours in time. And time, he realized, was the one thing he could never get back. That night, John went deep, not just on the tools, but on the philosophy behind them. He found forums, Reddit threads, creator breakdowns, behind-the-scenes videos, and a pattern emerged that nobody had ever said plainly to him before. Free tools are designed to introduce you to a product. Paid tools are designed to produce with it. Free is a sample. Paid is the full meal. And when you're trying to build a business, or even a serious side income, you can't sustain yourself on samples. He also learned something else, something that reframed the whole conversation. The creators he admired weren't paying for tools, they were paying for positioning. When your voiceover sounds like 11 Labs, clients assume you're professional before you say a word. When your visuals look like Midjourney V6, your content stops competing with amateurs. The paid tools weren't an expense, they were a signal to the algorithm, a signal to potential clients, a signal to yourself. This is serious. I am serious. John closed his laptop, opened it again, and put in his credit card number. His first video with the new tools was not good. Not catastrophically bad, but not good. The 11 Labs voice was beautiful.
but he didn't know how to write for it yet. His script was too dense, too fast. The pauses were wrong. The mid-journey visuals were stunning individually, but he hadn't learned how to make them feel cohesive across a 3-minute video. And CapCut Pro had features he didn't even know existed, which meant he ignored half of them and basically used it like the free version with extra steps. He posted the video. It got 43 views in the first 48 hours. Better than before, but not the breakthrough he had imagined when he typed in his credit card. For about 3 days, the old doubts came back with receipts. See, you paid the money and it still didn't work. Maybe this just isn't for you. Maybe the people succeeding have something you don't. John almost convinced himself. Almost. But something had shifted that he couldn't fully explain. Maybe it was the sunk cost. Maybe it was genuine belief. Maybe it was the Chipotle clarity from 2 weeks earlier. Whatever it was, he kept going. He started studying the craft the way he'd never done before. Not just watching tutorials, dissecting them. He'd take a video he admired, write down every transition, every sentence structure, every visual choice. He started understanding how 11 Labs responds to punctuation, how Midjourney rewards specificity, how CapCut Pro's auto captions could cut his editing time in half if he just let them. Week by week, the gap between what he was making and what he wanted to make started closing. Not overnight, not in one viral moment, just gradually, consistently, almost quietly, he was getting better. And the tools were getting more powerful in his hands because he was getting more powerful with them. 11 weeks after he paid for his first subscription, John posted a video about AI tools for small business owners. He didn't expect much. By the next morning, it had 28,000 views. By the end of the week, 94,000. 3 clients reached out about video editing work. One was a startup in San Francisco. One was a digital marketing agency in Dallas. One was a solo entrepreneur in Toronto who'd found him through a share. John stared at his phone for a long time. Then he texted his college roommate, "Bro." 2 weeks later, he landed his first $800 editing contract. The next month, he took on 2 more. He was making more from his side hustle in 1 month than he'd made in 3 months of posting with free tools. John still has his marketing job, for now, but the trajectory has changed. He's not the guy desperately posting into the void anymore. He's the guy that agencies are starting to reach out to. His monthly tool spend is around $95. His monthly income from AI video work, pushing $4,000 and growing. He works from coffee shops on weekends, takes calls on his lunch break, reinvests part of every payment into learning more. The version of John who spent 100 hours on free tools barely recognizes the version who made that decision at 11:30 p.m. in Atlanta. Not because his life is perfect, but because he's finally building something real. And it started not with a big launch, not with a viral moment, not with a lucky break. It started with $80 and a decision to stop playing small. Here's the truth John learned, and the truth the best creators in this space already know. Choosing free tools when you're trying to build a professional income isn't being smart with money, it's being expensive with time. Every hour you spend working around tool limitations is an hour you didn't spend getting better. Every video that looks amateur because of your software is a client who scrolled past you. Every week you delay the upgrade is a week the people who already made the decision pull further ahead. You don't need every paid tool. You need the right ones, used consistently by someone committed enough to actually learn them. That combination, it compounds. John found that out at 11:30 p.m. in Atlanta. Maybe you're finding it out right now. If John's story hit home, subscribe, because every week we bring you real stories and real strategies about AI, success, productivity, and digital wealth creation. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need a big budget. You need one decision, the right one. Your future could begin with one decision today.